I am a Mocha Mom and I am basking in the sun. Kelly left a question on my Facebook page on June 25th, and I am really sorry. Just the way that things are set up, I really wish that your comments could just come on the general page, but it reads off on the side in this little box. And my apology to you, Kelly, is to answer it in a video. She wanted to spark a discussion because she's trying to make a decision whether to allow her daughter, who is 7.5, to have sister locks. She saw a picture of sister locks and really liked them. And Kelly says that she's torn. She really likes her daughter's texture. She said it's really nice, tight coils. And, she told her daughter that she should really think about whether she wants sister locks because she won't be able to wear big hair anymore. Also, Kelly's daughter is really athletic, really active. She's in the pool a whole lot, so much so that even an adult size swim cap gets too tight on her head and causes her to have headaches. And so she wants to know, is her daughter too young to decide to lock her hair? And if she decides not to go with the route of locks, what are some ideas that I could offer her about how her daughter could manage this active lifestyle and still love and appreciate her natural hair? Well, girl, you have come to the right place, because I did lock my daughter's hair when she was about 11 years old, and she wore the locks for just shy of 2 years. She has the kind of laid back, practical personality that I thought would work well with things like, oh no, my hair looks terrible. I didn't think during the baby lock stage she would disintegrate and decide to take her locks out, because she's practical enough to understand it's going to take some time for my hair to look like mommy's hair, or however it's going to look. If I'm just patient, I will have the locks that I want. So she was saying all of the right things. And so I went ahead and I locked her hair. The method that I used were box braids. I didn't do them teeny tiny because she has a thick head of hair. I thought at the end of the day, since the locks tend to bulk up and be bigger than the braids or coils or twists or whatever method that you start them with, I felt like she had so much hair on her head that I couldn't do the braids too small. But one of the problems that she ended up having was the fact that she admired how small my locks were. And my hair is a lot more fine than her hair. And so I did them about the same size, but mine just didn't bulk up as much as hers were starting to bulk up as they matured. And so what I would say to you, if your daughter is really admiring the look of sister locks, there have been people who have claimed to go and gotten small locks, which, you're advised all over the internet not to call them sister locks, because sister locks is a trademarked process and method of interlocking. But some people have gone and done extremely small braids and maintained them with interlocking and have a very small lock look. The method that you were advising, I can't remember, some kind of twisting method that you were mentioning. I'm not sure how well that would work, because I know that with the sister locks, the interlocking that they do is pretty tight, so it holds the hair pretty tightly and doesn't it allow the hair to expand as much. So that's the thing with locking. You can sort of kind of gauge the size you want them to end up with, but yet you don't know, and different textures do different things. And I would think that just twisting would not hold the hair firmly enough to get that nice slender thin look that the sister locks end up having. It was really shocking to me when my daughter decided that she wanted to comb out her locks. What motivated me to comb out her locks was the fact that she genuinely wanted to experience her loose hair, and at age 11 she hadn't had very much experience with it. And so I didn't think it was fair to deny her the opportunity to experience her loose hair. She did retain a lot of length, but she lost a lot of her original length. So right now she has a full head of hair, but her own hair was stretching all the way down to her waist before we locked her hair. And her hair is not nearly that long anymore. This was an issue of disappointment for my daughter. Going into this, I think it's not a right choice or a wrong choice to decide to lock your child's hair, but I do think that both you and your child should have a realistic expectation of what the process is going to be like. Have a plan. If she changes her mind, will you be combing them out? Will you be doing a big chop? Is she willing to start over with a teeny weeny afro? If you're planning to comb them out, do your research and find out, will you patiently comb through the hair, and how long do you have to devote to that? Once you comb the hair out, understand that the hair will be compromised. It's the takedown process itself that's very stressful to the hair, and also after your hair has been in that state for such a long time, all clumped up and separated in that state, I think that once you take it out, the hair wants to return to that state. And so people talk about how, they experience more tangling, the hair wasn't as full as what they remembered it to be. And then you're losing a whole lot of shed hair. And so she needs to be aware of the shock of walking away from a takedown with bags of hair. I don't regret having agreed to let my daughter have locks. I feel like it was a really valuable experience for her, and honestly will not be surprised if at some point in her life she decides that she wants to have locks again. Now, as far as if you make the decision not to lock her hair, what could you do to help her love and enjoy her hair? This is a process that I am walking through right now with my own daughters. Shrinkage in our house is the enemy. People are frustrated that when it's hot and humid, even if you stretch your hair, all the methods and the products and the processes that work without the heat of the summer humidity just don't work as well with the winter. Just don't work as well in the summer. And honestly, what I've been trying to do is help my girls learn how to prioritize what's more important. We're going to be at this amusement park. We are in Disney World, for goodness sake. How often do we come here? Is it really worth it to sit off on the side and not enjoy the rides because you don't want to fuzz your hair up? Embrace the fuzzy wuzzy life. I don't know if you do wash and goes with your daughter, but if that's something that you do, that seems to be a kind of style that you could turn around quickly if you're constantly getting her hair wet anyway and you're constantly washing her hair anyway. I firmly believe that anyone can wash and go. It's just that the end result for every texture is not going to be the same. So if you can embrace and accept what your end result looks like, then a wash and go could be the life for you, which is the life I'm living. My co-wash and I go. So anyway, I hope that this discussion has been helpful to you, and let me know in the comments down below if you have any further questions, and maybe people can put in their 2 cents down below as well. I know there are lots of people who have kids with locked hair who are navigating it quite successfully without any problem. So it's not right either to assume that just because my daughter had a change of mind that all kids have a change of mind when you lock their hair.